Welcome back, everybody, to the messages for this week's light codes. We've just finished doing the light codes session, and I want to bring through the messages so that you know what's happening through the week, because each week we bring through the light codes to activate the light codes that are being offered to us at that particular time. So this week, the first vision that I saw to bring the message through was a merkabah. And it was like there was a rod, an energy coming down like this, like a rod, one from the bottom, one from the top, and then the merkabah, as if we are preparing our body or our vehicle to travel, This merkabah wasn't particularly, it actually wasn't light. It was a darker color. So I think, it is all to be, the merkabah is not really that ready yet. So, need to purify it and to bring it together. But there was an energy coming down, an energy coming up, and the merkabah in the middle. So I'm going to leave that with you, what you feel that is to do with. But, there has been a lot of people struggling recently with entities. And so I've been working a lot with that, helping people find ways to clear it and to clear them. And it is something we need to look at, having a purification process every day to bring in the light frequencies to keep ourselves purified, to say no to anything that does not serve us, to say absolute no to any darker energies that do not, any dark energies that do not serve our goal of ascension, any entities at all that do not serve our goal of ascension, they must be removed. And we need to have a vigilant prayer every day to be sure that we are not touched by this, and also that there is no karmic transfer between ourselves and other people, coming both ways, by the way, so that you are actually saying a very strong no to any negative energy forces that are out there. So the second vision that I had today was of a large vase, a very large and beautiful vase, with a lot of light beaming out of the vase. So this, I really felt, this is symbolizing our vessel of light. We need to purify our vessel of light, because that merkabah didn't look so ready to be taking us on this pure journey. And the third vision that I had today was, it wasn't a 3D vision. It was light. It was, the shape was sort of heart shaped, but I knew that it was a throne, this great big throne of light. It was very big, and there were people in front of this throne of light, or they appeared to be moving towards it, so coming towards it. And the people were, they were only little in the vision, and they were in their shadowed self. So they were facing this great throne of light. And my only explanation for that could be, it's almost like, I guess, like a time of judgment, a time of looking and facing ourselves, or facing the great light, and being able to are we able to face the great light, and are we able to recognize where we need more purifying? I really felt that it was to do with that, some type of a judgment type scene. The next vision that I saw of that, I found, again, it was all light, so a shape of light, but it was I guess, a sort of an elongated oval type shape with light, and that was all light, pure, beautiful. By the way, the light that I'm seeing is this beautiful yellow light, beautiful white yellow light, the light of God. And this cylindrical shape that had other beams of light coming out, almost like petals, if you like, and I couldn't quite figure out what that shape was until one of the other participants spoke about their experiences today, and then the words came to me, or the name Bird of Paradise. So I recognized that this was in the shape of the flower of the Bird of Paradise. And in front of this beautiful light, with these beams of light coming out like this from it, was a masculine and a feminine approaching this light of the paradise. And a couple of weeks ago, on the 26th of August, I had an incredible experience where I was lifted up into the heavens. And I recorded this whole experience because it's happened to me twice now. And the last time it happened was during the equinox in March. And I didn't record it at that time, but I managed to record it this time. And I was lifted up into the heavens and I saw all sorts of heavenly beings, strong extraterrestrial type beings, but pure. I saw angelic beings. I saw beings like us, like human form, but with wings. And I saw many angelic beings and very purified things and places, paradise. I saw paradise itself, what I could only call paradise. And this lasted for well over an hour, where I was taken through the heavens, through this incredible experience. I did record it, but it's not something I want to put out there because I'm crying all the way through it as I have touched, the grace of God, and the tears are just flowing all the way through as I'm trying to express and share the experience of what I went through. And but while I was in there, and this is important, especially given this merkabah vision here that I had, while I was in there, I thought it was an opportunity for me to ask a question, to see something. Now, this is a very controversial subject and something that nobody wants to talk about. But I asked about the recent inoculation that is being given. And now I'm not saying anything other than the energy that is around this particular situation, okay? The situation. Let's leave it at the situation. But what happened when I asked about this particular situation was that the visions of paradise changed. And I saw, now I live in Egypt, so I know what the tombs are like. So I'm going to try and explain this to you. They were similar, but not the same. I saw this great, strong, black rock, totally, smooth, like you would see for a tomb. There were two parts to this rock, black like, not obsidian, black like, can't think the name of it. It's a stone here in Egypt anyway. And this rock was split. So there was a crack between it. It wasn't a door. It wasn't a gateway. It was literally a crack in this great, strong, black rock. So there was an opening. And in the very distance, I could see that there was a flicker of a light. I decided to allow myself to enter this crack in the rock. And it was very dark inside, very dark. But I could see as I went further that this light, I was getting closer to this light. So I decided to keep going. It was not a particularly nice feeling in there, but I could see the light, so I knew that I would keep going. But what happened along the way was I saw a being. And this being was not a nice looking being. It was like very goat-like and had big horns. And so I decided I don't like the look of that being. I had to go past it. I could see the light there, but I needed to go past it. And I decided I didn't want to go past that being because I didn't like the feeling or the look of that being. So I literally said, that is not the reality that I want. I choose heaven. I choose paradise. And immediately I was lifted again up and into the paradise and back with all of these beautiful, incredible light beings. And I left that feeling and those that connected with that behind me. And while I had that vision, the message that came to me that was very powerful in that moment, and I feel was the whole message of the whole experience, as I don't know why I asked to look at that, but I did. But every thought that I had, I was transferred to that. So if I thought angels, I saw angels. If I thought whatever I thought paradise, and I was taken through incredible valleys of lush green, beautiful, like nothing of this earth. And the beings were also like nothing on this earth, great light beings. And the message was that where we place our focus, where we place our thoughts, is the reality that we create. And that was a very powerful message. And I'm reminded of that today. I didn't know what I was going to do with that recording, because I thought I was told I needed to share it. Unlike in March during the equinox, I actually recorded it, but something happened and it didn't work. So I thought, okay, I think that was just for me, that experience. But this is the second time I've had this experience of being lifted up and into the heavens. And it is an incredible experience. It's something you cannot explain the feeling of. But in any case, this reminded me of that. And so I've decided to share it. So that's the sharing that I will give of that particular recording, because I didn't know what I was going to do, if I was going to piece it together and put it out there. But anyway, I've talked about it now. If there's anything else, it will come. But it reminded me here. So I'm seeing this merkabah that's not particularly clean. It looks a little bit old and dated, and like the ones that we can buy them here in Egypt, these merkabah light shades, and the light obviously goes inside and you light it up. But the outside, it's a little bit, it's like brass and it's a little bit tainted. And this looked a little bit like that. So, our vehicle might be a little bit tainted, and we need to purify it. And so the second vision, of course, was the vessel of light, that we need to purify. We need to become the vessel of light. And be willing to, so that we can face the throne. How shadowed are we? We are the judge of ourselves, but are we ready to face this great throne of light? And then, and enter the paradise, the masculine and the feminine, to be able to go there and enter that paradise, the light. I saw that remind me of the bird of paradise. Bird is to do with spirit, and of course paradise being paradise, so spiritual paradise. Are we ready to enter the spiritual paradise? As the balanced masculine and feminine. That was the fourth vision. And the fifth vision that I had today was of a beautiful light being. Again, the beautiful yellow-white light beaming all around this being with a great halo. And they had their arms out and they were holding like buckets. And there was light also shining from these buckets. And so it was very much like, balancing the light, bringing the balance to it all, finding that balance and having, perfect balance with your light. The next vision that I had today, sixth vision, well, I had 7 visions today. The sixth vision that I had today was of a person with dragonfly wings. Now, the dragonfly is always to do with transformation, the gossamer dragonfly wings. So this is like bringing that great balance of light within and in our surroundings, and everything, really purifying ourselves and coming into that pure spirit being. We're going through a great transformation at the moment, and I've been hearing for myself and for others as well that things have been happening where something is happening to bring us into to shock us, or to make us crash, or something where we actually have to face ourselves again. And every time we face ourselves, we come back up stronger and lighter and brighter. And so, there's this great transformation taking place right now. And you're receiving your gossamer wings, the dragonfly wings, so that you can go through this great transformation. And the final, and that actually, I saw that when I was looking into the lower mental body. So this is actually telling us that we need to think transformation. We need to think, how can we transform? How can we be of greater service to the Creator? How can we transform ourselves and be greater light and shine that light out into the world? We need to ask those questions to our higher self, to spirit, to the divine. We need to ask those questions and let go and allow the transformation to take place. Recognize that when we're when we crash or when we go through a struggle, whatever, this is part of our transformation. Look at it as part of the transformation and recognize you are receiving your gossamer wings. You are going through a great transformation, and see it from a greater light. Because the next vision that I saw, and this again was not about our conscious thoughts, but more about the energy that we are receiving. And this was the messages, the intuition. Listen to our intuition, because there are many messages to do with love coming through for us. I saw a great rose, the divine love. Receive those messages from the divine, because all of those messages are of divine love. They come from the divine love, from the great love, from the creator, from the love is all that is, from the all that is, and love is all that is. So allowing ourselves to immerse and receive that space. And, that purification that is happening to us on a soul level right now is so strong and so purified. There's a beautiful mantra that comes through in these set of light codes that helps you to immerse yourself into that purification. And there are a couple actually. One, I can't remember exactly how it goes because it's a new mantra that's been coming through. It came through the last time, and it came through again this time. But there is another mantra that I am very familiar with, that has been around with me for many years now, and it was pieced together as Eshta Marie. And Eshta is about purification, and Marie is to do with the beloved. So we're being asked to purify. It's like, purify, beloved, purify, beloved, purify, beloved. We're being told, purify, purify, purify. We are the beloved, and we need to purify, purify, purify. We should never stop focusing on our own personal purification and transformation. And I really feel we're being asked to step up with that. And I've done the cards, and the first card today is card number 44. Now, card number 44 to me, I always attribute to connecting with the ancient Egyptian god Thoth. And this is to do with higher wisdom and the higher mind, and receiving all of that higher intuitive messages. And because it's 44, it's a double love frequency. So again, that's like confirmation of receiving the messages of divine love, bringing it through the divine love. All is of divine love. The message itself and the card itself actually says, grieve your losses. Grieve your losses. So like I said, there's many people at the moment that are going through transformations that are like having to let go of something old is finished and done and dying away, or we're crashing and we're having to rebuild ourselves. So this card, she's looking through the window, and windows are to do with the soul, and there's a lot of rain out there, which is to do with purification. There could be tears. It's rain. It's rain. So there's purification coming through there, purification of the soul. She's looking in through there, allowing herself to let go and wash away the old, to purify more, ready to step deeper into the soul purpose, into the energy and connection with the soul that wants to take us even higher. And the second card today is card number 18. And it's the moon, Archangel Hanael. It says important psychic insights. Again, this connects with, we can't receive those important psychic insights unless we have purified enough to be able to receive the divine messages through our higher mental bodies. So important psychic insights, they're there for us. Events behind the scenes. There's things, going on that we can't see. Release the fears that hold you back. Again, that connects with grief for your losses. Release the fears that hold you back from moving forward. What are you afraid of? What is it that stops you from stepping more into your higher purpose and your spiritual self? Because we're being given the opportunity of union again, you know, it's always there for us, but we have to say yes to purity and union with the divine masculine, with the divine feminine, with the divine itself. We're being offered that opportunity of union, of the sacred marriage, and the mantra of the sacred marriage kept coming through very much also during the light codes today. Rishta, 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 the sacred marriage. It's on offer for us right now. And the fourth card in the heart card today is card number 4. Opportunity beckons. So don't be so focused on what you already have or what already has been working for you, because there is more, far more infinite possibilities available for you. So opportunity is beckoning for you. Don't be too worried. It's okay to have a look at what you already got and what you're already doing. Look at this beautiful yellow light beaming up through here as well, around through these new opportunities that are being offered to us. Just turn around, take a look, take another look at another perspective. And the 5th card today is card number 7 of Swords. So you might be trying to walk away from something, or you might be walking away from something. And you're looking back, or you're trying to sneak away from something even. And you can't really. So you really need to just, this is in the throat chakra here. So it's be in your truth and face your fears, like we were told before. There's always going to be somebody watching what you're up to. They don't really know what you're all about. But be true to yourself if you're moving away from something. There's nothing wrong with moving away. But remember that there's always parts of ourselves or parts of something left behind that we may need to go back and clean up. And that is part of this crashing and, you know, burning and what have you, going through the transformation. But as you go boldly when you move forward. No sneaking away. Go boldly, stand in your truth and go boldly. And then you will have all of this beautiful yellow, bright, confident energy around you. And it will be confident, and it won't be to do with, you know, fearful or anything like that. So go boldly. Whatever you're doing, go boldly. You know what you're doing. Stand in your truth. And the 6th card today, again, is about purification. The Nile. Look, number 22. This is about big things, doing things on a big scale. Big, you know, not mediocre, not a little bit of this, little bit of that. This is the big stuff. So yes, there's a big purification going on. And what happens with big purifications is, you know, we go through massive transformation. We have to let go of a lot of things. We have to be in the flow. Let ourselves be in the flow. Sacred archetypal element of water. This is purification, purification, purification. The Nile, the beloved mother Nile, she's there for us to purify us and to help us go with the current. Don't try to go against the current. Go with the current. Allow yourself to surrender and move forward. And that's also, you know, in the 6th chakra. So again, you know, be in your intuitive self. Allow the future to come forward. Detach from the drama. Pallas Athena, again, this is about holding your sword of truth, being in your truth. Let go of the drama. Stay in your truth. Walk forward boldly. She's waving, hello. I know what it's all about. I've got my temple of truth here in Crete. And, you know, I'm holding my sword of truth and nothing sways me. That's you. Nothing sways you. Stand in your truth. And the master cards today for the Omega chakra, which is to do with, this is the divine feminine, the goddess energy, and the beloved mother. And this is to do with your soul's pathway and where you're walking. Stay focused, Centered Master, Lord Cthulhu. Don't let distractions get in your way. What is distracting you? Is this a distraction from your soul's path? Whatever is a distraction from your soul's path, remember, I want to stay focused on my soul's path. You can even say that every day. I choose to stay focused on my soul's path. Show me the way. Talk to your higher self. So stay focused. on your soul's path, now is the time to step up. Now is the time to take that stretch forward. And this final card in the Alpha Chakra today, the God Chakra, the Divine Masculine chakra, and to do with our soul's purpose and soul's mission, is Osiris, father, husband, whatever, brother, son, doesn't have to be him. This is basically offering you heaven. Stay focused. You are on the path to heaven, to the divine. You're on the path to paradise. Stay focused. Nothing is more important than your soul's purpose. I watched a video yesterday with some guy, I can't remember his name, but he was talking about the importance of us, showing our children that we will walk the good walk, we will fight the good fight, we will stay true to ourselves, and we won't let anybody, push us down and make us fall into the trap. We will stay true to your truth. And if you walk that and stay true to your truth, you don't have to do anything. You just have to be you, true to you, and be totally in the light and keep purifying yourself. Show your kids, because they can't learn unless you do it. So be the leader through your actions. What is it that you are showing your kids? If you want your kids to be, I'm not talking to little kids even, but yeah, little kids, big kids, adult kids, whatever. If you are someone who's totally dedicated to your spiritual path and your soul purpose, but your kids haven't quite got there yet, you stay focused, and you do that and show them that this is the way. If you want your kids to be true to themselves, be true to yourself. They can only learn to be true to themselves if you are true to yourself. So that's the message this week. Stay focused. Stay totally focused. Purify, purify, purify. Eshta Marie. Purify, beloveds, purify. Stay focused on your soul path. You are on the path to heaven. That's it from me. Hope you liked it. See you next week.